Check it out. Never knew a friend till I met a foe. Till I met. Never knew pain till I met the game. Never had a real team that could win the rain. Never knew what a friend could do. Never knew I'd be bruised all black and blue. With my back to the wall. Scrap with my dog. Rap with my dogs. Cat with my dogs. Fly with me in the land. Oakland, Los Angeles. Real homies never turn to run. Even if a youngster don't wanna pull them. Even if a youngster don't wanna meet the sun. We gon' rep to the death where the roots is from.
It's the 2-7 over their last 10 games. They have been struggling. Wins hard to come by. We'll see if they can grab one tonight. And Andrew Wiggins from an athletic family. His father played in the NBA. His mother a world-class sprinter. You can see why they call the young Canadian Maple Jordan.
Oh, wow. That's a lofty praise for the young man. I've never heard that.
Jordan.
I never heard that, but he attacks the...
Alarms go off when I enter the building.
It's the home of the Celtics here in Boston as 2K. Sports brings you today's action live. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. You look at the Timberwolves, a dismal season right now. Only 2 teams below them in the Western Conference.
Kevin, mentally, they're in disarray. They're a frayed group right now. Since things went south for them, there's been a visible tightness. You can almost feel it that they've been playing with. No flow to their game, everything disjointed. They've not been able to play good basketball for any quality period of time.
Yeah, they lack the consistency. I mean, they do show flashes at times, but over the course of a long NBA season, you need the consistency far more than you're going to need those flashes. You need to execute from the tip-off to the final buzzer.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Minnesota, the athletic duo of Levine and Wiggins on the perimeter. Youngsters Anthony Towns and Chang are in the post. And it's Rubio in at the 1 spot.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to Cleveland. Here's Towns, and out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. We're taking a look at Avery Bradley. His career's been kind of up and down. Greg started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
Now Towns, after Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. Here's Dang. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Outside Thomas. Sullinger outside. Back to Thomas. Sullinger with a screen for Thomas. Good. Bradley's got his first 2 points of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Chang, a screen. Back to Rubio. To halt the run. And Chang kicks to Towns. Missed it, even after all those chances. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. In the corner, Bradley with it. Back to Thomas. Takes a 3. That's good. Thomas got 6 points.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Stolen by Thomas. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Johnson off on the layup.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. 3rd spot, the Celtics.
They've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that time. I mean, taking every chance to get out in the open floor.
Thomas gets a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. And it's 9 points for Isaiah Thomas.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Here's Thomas. He's got 9. In the corner, Bradley with it. Back to Thomas. Feeds it to Sullinger. Outside Thomas. From deep three-point range, Thomas with another miss. Well, let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Sam Mitchell. Doris, what's the news?
Well, I asked him what strategy they were going to use at the offensive end, and he told me that they did not want to have to rely on their perimeter game. Instead, he plans to exploit what he described as a mismatch on the interior, saying, quote, "We have the talent inside to make things very difficult on them. We're going to use it." Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan, and they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one.
Turner's checked in for Boston, and then for Minnesota. Muhammad, he's checked in for Wiggins, and Jones subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Jones kicks to Towns. Just 5 to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. Adrian Payne's checked in for Jang.
Personal foul. Now into the lineup of Timberwolves. Adrian Payne.
Jones against Turner. Pass to Muhammad. Shot clock at 6. Crowder with the steal. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Boy, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
And watching Jay Crowder, he can really beast you up, you know, Greg, and take you out of your game. One of the most physical wings, I think, in the NBA.
And, you know, not the most flexible athlete, but he makes up for that with that strength that you mentioned. It allows him to control the pace. I mean, he's a bumper and a grinder, and hitting a big three. Out of nowhere, so he's what we call a true gamer.
Greg Smith, he's checked in for Minnesota. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
You know, looking at Jay Crowder, he got traded from Dallas to Boston in the Rondo deal last season. Nobody expected all that much from him. All he did was go out and become one of the most valuable players on that team.
Thomas checked in for Turner. Crowder, that's in there. Thomas with the assist. Crowder's got his second bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Celtics dancers, give it up.
1:32 left to play in the first.
You know, when you talk about Jay Crowder, there are those that you win because of, and then there are guys like him that you win with. I mean, the guy who's going to take the charge, commit the hard foul, do what others won't, really shows the heart of a champion. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here is Thomas. He's got 11. Count the bucket. Thomas got 13.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And another fast break chance here for the Celtics. Here we go. Fires the 3. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Celtics?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
And now a look at Jared Sullinger. He's been a factor for them over the last month, averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboards.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
Levine can't hit. Boston's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Kicks it to Thomas. In the corner, Crowder with it. Johnson outside. 5 to shoot. That's good. 18 points for Isaiah Thomas.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Thomas against Jones, and stolen by Thomas. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Thomas is running, launches it, and oh, he hits the buzzer beater!
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do right.
And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldogs.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks locked in his stockpile.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen the Celtics really take control here.
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
They've got Evan Turner, Tyler Zeller out there with Yarebko. Then there's Smart, and it's Thomas in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Well, I tell you what, Ricky Rubio has everything you want out of a player except one thing. He has to learn to shoot it better. Rubio can defend, he can pass, he can lead a team, but until he becomes a better shooter, I think he's going to short-circuit his potential.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Simply put, out of control. Is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Boston's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Thomas against Rubio, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. On the wing, Wiggins. Here's the 3. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Boston's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. And Thomas, here we go. Blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup. Thomas got 8 points here in this quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out of them today.